Submitting your podcast to Spotify is easy with Podomatic's integrated submission process. Let's first log in or create an account. It's free to create a Podomatic account and submit to Spotify. First, let's make sure your podcast meets the 4 requirements for submission. 1. Your podcast must include at least 1 published episode up on your RSS feed. 2. Your last episode must be published within the past month. 3. Your cover art, title, description, and category must be selected or filled out in your podcast settings. 4. Lastly, your podcast must be a talk podcast. Music submissions are not allowed. If you have a music podcast, please contact Spotify. Once you meet all 4 requirements, head over to your podcast settings. You can get to your podcast settings by hovering over Manage on the navigation bar and then clicking Settings. Under the Directories tab, click on the Submit to Spotify link. You'll see check marks next to each submission requirement. If all 4 requirements are checkmarked, you're good to submit. If you see a red X, you haven't completed a particular requirement. Click on the link to the right of the requirement to complete that step. Once you see 4 check marks, click on the Submit Podcast button, and that's it. We're here to help. If you need help or would like to transfer your podcast to Podomatic, just click on the chat bubble on the bottom right of the Podomatic site.